Hey guys, it's History and Science for Kids by Kids, and today we're going to talk about Cleopatra. So Cleopatra was born in Egypt in 69 BCE, and Cleopatra's family, named Ptolemy, ruled Egypt for many generations. Cleopatra's father was Ptolemy XII, which I don't really remember what it is. I think it's I don't remember. But with the nickname the flute player. So when Ptolemy died in 51 BCE, Cleopatra and her brother became the rulers of Egypt. So Cleopatra was 18 years old and her brother Ptolemy XII was 12. So for 3 years, Cleopatra ruled without the help of her brother, and two close advisors guided Cleopatra's brother, and these two men plotted against Cleopatra. They wanted control of the throne. So even when she was young, she was clever and educated. She wanted to restore her country to the glory it once knew under the great pharaohs 1,000 years before. But her brother's advisors were powerful men, and when Cleopatra was 20, they forced her from her power. She fled for her life in Syria, which was nearby. So once she was in Syria, she raised an army to fight against her brother. And the Roman Empire reached as far west as Spain and as far east as Syria. And its leader was the great Julius Caesar. Caesar also had a fight to deal with. Pompey, which was the general who had helped Cleopatra's father, was trying to defeat Caesar. And when Caesar reached Egypt, he discovered that Pompey had been killed. So he called Ptolemy and Cleopatra to the palace so they could make peace. Ptolemy arrived, but Cleopatra waited. She still didn't trust her brother. And sure enough, as she thought, Ptolemy surrounded the palace with guards. They were told to kill Cleopatra as she appeared. Cleopatra was smart, as she had a servant roll her up in an expensive carpet and carry her into a palace, claiming that it was a special gift for Caesar. He had a great surprise when he unrolled the carpet, and inside was a woman. He knew immediately he was looking at Cleopatra, the Queen of the Nile. Although he was 52 and she was 22, he fell in love with her. When Ptolemy discovered his sister had tricked him, the battle for power began. The Alexandrian War lasted for many months, and Ptolemy was defeated. Cleopatra was now the queen. Cleopatra gave birth to a son, and he was named Ptolemy Caesar. He became known as Little Caesar as well. 1 year later, Caesar invited Cleopatra to Rome. She arrived in 46 BCE with her infant son. Caesar even had her face put on Roman coins. Roman senators were furious that Caesar had a Roman wife, so they came up with a brutal plot. In 44 BCE, on the 15th of March, they killed Caesar. A terrified and grieving Cleopatra fled to Egypt. After Caesar's death, a new leader emerged. His name was Mark Antony. Over the next 10 years, Mark Antony and Cleopatra had 3 children. Antony sadly died in Cleopatra's arms in 30 BCE, and she died at the age of 39, partly because of sadness. That was my little information about Cleopatra, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you can use that information to write a report or something. And so, I'll see you all later on History and Science for Kids by Kids. Bye!